Nestled in the northernmost region of the Indian subcontinent, Kashmir is a land of stunning beauty and rich cultural heritage. Yet, behind its scenic landscapes lies one of the most contentious and enduring conflicts in modern history. This is the story of the Kashmir conflict. The roots of the Kashmir conflict can be traced back to the partition of British India in 1947, as India and Pakistan emerged as independent nations. The princely state of Jammu and Kashmir faced a critical decision: to join either India or Pakistan or remain independent. Maharaja Hari Singh, the ruler of Kashmir, hesitated in making a decision, hoping to remain neutral. However, an invasion by tribal militias from Pakistan in October 1947 forced his hand. Seeking military assistance from India, Hari Singh signed the Instrument of Accession, agreeing to join India in exchange for protection. This led to the First Indo-Pakistani War in 1947-1948. The conflict ended with a United Nations-mediated ceasefire and the establishment of the Line of Control, dividing Kashmir into areas administered by India and Pakistan. The United Nations also called for a plebiscite to determine Kashmir's future, a promise that remains unfulfilled to this day. The conflict over Kashmir continued to simmer, leading to further wars between India and Pakistan in 1965 and 1971. Each war only solidified the division and deepened the animosity between the two nations. In 1972, following the Bangladesh Liberation War, India and Pakistan signed the Simla Agreement, reiterating their commitment to resolving the Kashmir issue through bilateral negotiations. Despite these efforts, the underlying tensions remained unresolved. The late 1980s saw significant escalation in the conflict, with the rise of an armed insurgency against Indian rule in the Kashmir Valley. Fueled by grievances over political rights and economic opportunities, the insurgency received support from various militant groups, some with backing from Pakistan. The ensuing violence led to widespread human rights abuses, with reports of extrajudicial killings, enforced disappearances, and torture by both militants and Indian security forces. The civilian population has borne the brunt of the conflict, facing constant insecurity and disruption to their lives. The people of Kashmir have suffered immensely. From the ongoing conflict, both sides have been accused of serious human rights violations, creating an environment of fear and mistrust.
We live in constant fear. Our daily lives are disrupted by curfews, raids, and violence. We just want peace and a chance to live normal lives.
Over the years, multiple diplomatic efforts have been made to resolve the Kashmir issue. Notable attempts include the Lahore Declaration in 1999 and the Agra Summit in 2001. Despite these initiatives, each attempt has ultimately ended in stalemate, often due to deep-seated mistrust and political pressures. Events such as the Kargil War in 1999 and various terrorist attacks attributed to Pakistan-based groups have further strained relations and derailed peace processes, perpetuating a cycle of violence and retaliation. The failure of diplomatic efforts can be attributed to a lack of trust between India and Pakistan, as well as internal political dynamics in both countries. The issue of Kashmir is deeply intertwined with national identities and sovereignty concerns. A sustainable resolution to the Kashmir conflict requires a multifaceted approach, involving not just India and Pakistan, but also the voices and aspirations of the Kashmiri people themselves. In August 2019, the Indian government made a dramatic move by revoking Article 370 of the Indian Constitution, which granted special autonomy to Jammu and Kashmir. The region was bifurcated into two union territories, Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh. This decision was met with mixed reactions. While the Indian government argued it would lead to greater integration and development, it sparked widespread protests and a severe security lockdown in the Kashmir Valley. The move also drew criticism from Pakistan and concern from the international community. Revoking Article 370 was necessary to fully integrate Jammu and Kashmir into India and bring development to the region. The revocation of Article 370 has further complicated the situation, leading to increased tensions and a crackdown on dissent in Kashmir. Life has become even more difficult since the revocation. The lockdown and restrictions have made it hard for us to go about our daily lives. The people of Kashmir have endured decades of conflict, living under the shadow of militarization and uncertainty. Yet, amidst the turmoil, stories of resilience and hope continue to emerge. People want peace and the chance to live normal lives. The conflict has taken so much from us, but we still have hope for a better future. Despite the challenges, the spirit of the Kashmiri people remains unbroken. Initiatives in education, arts, and community development highlight their resilience and determination to build a better future. Education is seen as a beacon of hope, offering young Kashmiris the possibility of a brighter future. Local markets and cultural events provide a sense of normalcy and continuity in a region beset by conflict. The path to peace in Kashmir is complex and fraught with challenges. However, continued dialogue, confidence-building measures, and a genuine commitment to addressing the aspirations of the Kashmiri people could pave the way for a lasting resolution. Sustainable peace in Kashmir requires inclusive dialogue that involves all stakeholders, including the Kashmiri people, and addresses their political and economic aspirations. The international community can play a supportive role by encouraging dialogue and providing platforms for negotiation and reconciliation. The story of Kashmir is one of struggle, resilience, and hope. As the world watches, the quest for peace and justice in this beautiful yet troubled land continues.